Dolls.
Huge news.
What?
Huge fucking news.
Oh.
Neo Beta.
What the fuck is Neo Beta?
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. Remember how I've been saying that we need a robot for the home? Well, this company has come up with the most terrifying home robot I've ever seen.
What?
Something that I would not wish. Actually, I would wish it upon my mortal enemy, but it's Neo Beta humanoid robot to like help you around the house.
Why is that literally Gwyneth Paltrow? That is the scariest thing I've ever seen. That skeleton hand?
Look, when I said I wanted like a robot made,
you wanted Rosie from the Jetsons.
Exactly. What I did not want, I don't want to feel like whatever's in my house can rape and kill me at every given moment. And this is what Neo Beta is giving faceless rapist.
I don't want to stare into the literal abyss in someone's face.
With its huge hands.
It's black, faceless, void face. I'm literally staring into like the cosmic horror of being alive.
I feel like they could have done a shred of market research and understood that no one wants this creature in their home.
Why? So
I don't even feel safe with this thing locked outside.
So what is this doing?
So Neo Beta.
This has to be a fake.
No, it's serious.
Bipedal humanoid designed for home use. So, okay.
He does an abundant supply of physical labor. Neo Beta.
Okay. So, of course, he's male.
Well, I guess he's they, them.
Yeah.
He's a eunuch. He does not have sex organs.
He's a monk.
But he like unloads the dishwasher.
Okay.
He's there to help do house chores, but I'm just saying, I'm also calling him he because he's very clearly male.
What if you
fight me on that? Neo Beta is as masculine as they come.
Is he they?
And I don't trust him whatsoever. I want him nowhere near me or my loved ones.
What if you walk out in the middle of the night to go piss and the house is dark, and then in the corner you see the shining glossy blackness of Neo Beta's faceless face?
I'm not down.
I literally will piss myself.
I want like a chipper. I'm sorry, I want a woman.
Yeah, I want like a Joan Rivers sounding robot.
I want a woman who might be like slightly elderly, but not too elderly where you feel bad about the fact that she's like doing physical labor in your house. Like I want like a
elder abuse.
No, I want like
you want like a middle-aged broad.
A woman that's happy to be there is what I want in terms of like housekeeping.
You don't want like
and cooking.
You don't want Neo Beta going.
Yeah, Neo Beta looks like a mime.
Yeah, Neo Beta is giving mime energy.
Giving satanic mime energy. That's exactly what I don't want in the home.
He's like the Green Man.
Yeah, he's like a tall gray. He's like the alien at the end of Aliens.
Does it walk?
Yes. Which, did you realize that alien at the very end of Alien was played by a human?
Romulus? I know, he's like 7'8".
He's like a 7'8"
like
Romanian basketball player.
Yeah.
Who like looks like him.
I always said, Simon showed me him this weekend and I went, he's got a long career ahead of him. He's going to be, because practical effects are the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
And they're returning to that, and that he's about to make a bank.
Good for him.
But I'd rather have
that alien in my house.
Me too.
Than Neo Beta.
And a moonless night. Imagine Neo Beta strangling you.
I would not be able to sleep with that estranged man in the house. Absolutely not.
Are they? Is this available for private use?
Scroll down. I don't know. They're trying to come up with it. Let's watch a bit of the video. So
of course,
you can
it was
see.
Made in Norway.
This is so sinister. He goes, I'm going to kill you now. I'm just going to rape you against your will after I give you this backpack. I'm going to rip your fucking head off. Look, he's plotting things. He goes, look at my hands.
I have hands.
I could kill 1 million women with these hands.
Large skeleton hands.
Get over here.
He's like, I love your ass. Of course, they have some like Scandinavian girl being like.
I love that you think what you need help with is a robot handing you your bag.
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, I need you to cook. I'm like, can you make a souffle? Can you make eggs a la francais?
Don't you want like a funny, like New Yorkie broad like smoking a cig while doing your dishes. That's what I want.
A broad, or I want like the gay housekeeper from the Birdcage. That's the only man that's
Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria.
Yeah.
That's the only man that's like allowed in my house to do like housework.
Yeah.
As a robot in robot form.
Neobeta can go to hell.
He's of hell.
This is the kind of thing that will.
There's some videos, I think, if you he might have like a Instagram.
Oh no! Literally,
I saw this bitch unloading the dishwasher slowly. Might I add?
I'd rather have the little Amazon delivery robot do my dishes than Neobeta.
With what hands?
But that
just psychically.
That kind of like sweet little like.
Yeah, there's nothing sweet about.
That's a man in a suit.
Look, this is him unloading the dishwasher.
What if it's all a ploy and it's just a man pretending to be a robot?
It probably is.
Like the collie. Look at the way he stands.
Also, why is he plugged into like, where is he plugged into? Do you have to like...
charge him? I guess so.
Look, that's the last thing I want is this creature watching me as I like fuss in the kitchen.
What if you just turn around and it goes... and it stabs you.
He would.
And you look and you try to look in the eyes of someone stabbing you, and instead you see yourself.
Yeah. Much to think about. This was not the vision. I would like to go back to the drawing board on Neobeta. And I think that they could I think they could benefit from my feedback.
He stands in that way that really uncanny, like this.
Even you, I'd feel happier about. What if I paid $100 million and you didn't know this, but you came over one day and I had a full Neobeta that was just you,
hanging,
doing all the laundry. That would be weird.
Love that.
It would be weird. I would love it just for the joke. Like it'd be a really expensive prank. But it would be worth it. And then I would be like, okay, turn this into a woman now. You would be disturbed.
I'd go, ha ha ha. And then I'd go.
You would be like, that is so funny. No, that's hilarious. That's the funniest thing you've ever done. I love it. You take a picture with it, like post it to Instagram, and you would leave the state. You would never return another text message or phone call from me for the rest of the time. You wouldn't show up to you'd be like, see you on Monday, girl. See you on Monday at the stew. And then
you'd have no choice but to kill my robot.
Well, then the only choice would be I'd bring the robot in and say like, you're the co-host now.
Give him an upgrade and then turn me into a literal woman.
No, and then because you would be...
Oh, I'd be
You'd be MIA. You would have left the podcast, but I would be like, Robot Carey, you got to get in here. And then the joke would be on me. Robot Carey...
wouldn't be as lol.
No. How could he be?
Mm-mm.
Anyways.
Speaking of terrifying... Tamra went full mother god. So Tamra got a facelift.
I think she just got a brow lift, and then she got CO2 laser.
Lift, sorry.
When the Daily Mail said you'll never guess which housewife got this, I said, I won't ever guess because I don't know who this person is.
You didn't know that was Tamra?
This?
Yeah. You can kind of see.
Once they told me, and then I had many minutes to behold and piece together. But from that person on the left, I don't know that person.
That is frightening. I mean, I love that she's just fully being like living out loud and like letting her freak flag fly with us. But I'm also like...
it looks painful as fuck.
So brow lift just gives you like an extra inch, half an inch or so.
Not a half. Oh my God, a half.
Or like
it
a
gives
couple
you some millimeters.
Sorry.
It looks like she got a upper bluff and a brow lift, an inch.
Like
Your
Gloria
brows are like up here. It looks like she got, but maybe not. Maybe she did just get a brow lift. They cut in like right here along your scalp and then pull everything up like an upper face.
Because when I got Botox, they gave me Botox on my brow. Remember? And they were like simulating a brow lift a little. And
I think a brow lift would be more comprehensive than a brow lift. Just
I'm saying like the spirit of like just giving yourself like a little lift, but it made me look Spockian.
Yeah, but you needed to like balance it out with a follow up. But this is like your brows be getting lifted once the scalpel has gone in and you've gotten like stitched back. And then she did a whole pass of CO2, which is like you just burn your fucking face off and chest. But I think she's going to look really good afterwards.
She's going to look incredible. She already looks great.
No, she looks amazing.
Wow.
This on the left, you knew that was, you were like, oh, Tamra.
That you can kind of tell it's Tamra.
I don't know what to think. So she's swelling. She said her
Colloidal
throat.
silver.
Oh my God. She's gone full mother. She was like, my throat hurts. Those two in the middle. This was like.
This is Mother God.
That was feeling normal to me. But the swelling.
That's
this
scary.
on the right, I said, who is that? I've never seen that woman before.
What if your face never. She kind of looks like Mama Elsa.
Yeah.
What if your face never went back to the way it was and it was just this forever?
It'd be scary. I'd be sad.
Mm-hmm.
I'd debt fully.
This is kind of like that movie Brazil, where the woman's getting her face like stretched.
I've actually never seen Brazil. I need to.
I haven't either. I just know that clip.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Look at her.
Green.
Grinch.
The Grinch.
Martian.
She should go just
okay, guys. I love that.
She should just go green. It like a housewife needs to go just like inexplicably green face one day and then never go back.
I love her being like, hello.
She's like, hey, I'm out here.
I wonder if she's convalescing in Big Bear.
Probably. She loves to get surgical.
Well, as someone who will probably get a facelift at some point in his life.
You will?
Yeah.
I love that.
I need one at some point.
I don't think so.
No, when I'm like when I'm 50, I'm going to get one.
Okay.
It's the only way to do it. It's really like
No, you're preaching to the choir. I'm already planning, like, by the time I'm 50, it will have been done.
So why, when I said it, did you go,
Because gay men love to say that they need facelift and steal facelift valor from the women that truly need it.
Let me live.
But
I have Irish.
Brad Pitt got a facelift.
I have Irish peasant face. I have potato famine face.
You literally are a handsome man.
No, I know.
You have literally nothing
I'm not
to worry
fishing
about.
for compliments. I'm just saying.
I don't think you are.
Gravity weighs down Irish people way more than others. Irish people feel gravity immensely.
I won't argue with that.
And I'm 90% Irish.
I have no Irish in my blood, so I don't know. I don't know what it's like.
Your wheat-haired privilege. I'm in the potato fields, fucking trying to survive in this economy as a former drug addict alcoholic who ravaged his face.
Let's not bring that into it.
What? When I got sober, I looked 10 years older from all the drugging, all the drinking.
Well, now you're just like a healthy California boy. I think you're going to be fine.
Yeah, we'll see about
Maybe
that.
by 60, you'll be like, have like a bit of turkey neck that you'll need to get like modified.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think for men,
I
think for men in general, it's just like the beauty standards are so different. So like I would argue that they never really need a facelift.
How many facelifts has Biden had during the presidency?
I don't know. I think they just pump him full of like
I feel like
filler.
He got at least one facelift. Because he looked, this year especially, even before DebateGate, he looked stretched.
Maybe he got CO2.
Maybe. I'm truly haunted by this morning's news. This morning now, when you hear this will be a week or two ago, but Boeing strikes again because...
Well, they have been struck. Well, they have been striking because these two astronauts are
no, I'm saying on top of Boeing Starliner, on top of the two astronauts that are stranded until next year, after supposedly only being on the Starliner for a week, they're now on the ISS, right?
I don't know.
They're now stuck in space till February of 2025 at the earliest. Or at the earliest.
Yeah.
So this noise, they radioed down to Houston or whatever the fuck today, and they were like, hey, we're hearing this weird noise. Can you patch us through and see and hear it yourselves? And Boeing, or I don't even know, they had the gall to go, yeah, let me see if I can do that. And they made them wait, and then they finally patched them through. And this was the noise they're hearing on their ship.
What is around them? A cloud? Was that the Northern Lights?
Yeah. This literally sounds like the radio signal in Contact.
How are they not going out of their minds?
What would you do if you were on top of being and you woke up to a banging noise like that? Or just some kind of weird radio signal?
Do they get internet in that little ship?
Yeah, I think so.
So they can at least like read.
Oh yeah, no,
They can have a Kindle.
I think they've got booze.
They do not have booze.
They have booze in space. They sell. Yeah, they drink.
I don't want my astronauts drinking.
Well,
sorry. I'm sorry.
Are you? I mean, how horrified would you be if you heard this sound in space?
I would be horrified and pitching an absolute fit if you told me that I was going to be in space until February.
But on top of that, you hear the scariest like cosmic droning.
I think something really bad is going to happen to these astronauts.
I do too.
I wouldn't even be shocked if like by the time this episode comes out, the chapter has been closed.
They've
on
been
them.
Sucked into a hell dimension.
Yeah, like
this is Event Horizon. This is literally where we're going. We won't need eyes to see.
Mm-hmm.
This is the radio signal. Remember when Event Horizon, when they're like, we heard this distress signal, and it's literally a demon being like, Liberate! That's literally, they're hearing the sounds of hell.
They're gonna like crack open the door of that cursed ship to see just like blood on the walls.
Yeah.
And then they're going to push play on like a video and see the Event Horizon like super cut of them being like having like devil orgies and like eating babies.
What? What could that noise be? Other than like a computer malfunction or something, or like some kind of weird.
Kind of oceanic.
Yeah, it's sonar-esque, which makes me think like, are they picking up something? Because they're up there. They're closer to space than we are, obviously. So it's like...
Obviously.
What if they're picking up like a signal?
Maybe. Or a weird feedback loop. Maybe they'll discover something.
I would love them to discover an alien signal. That would blow my...
That's what we need right now.
That would solve everything.
An alien signal would really bring us all closer together.
You would either... The nukes would be launched in a second, or it would bring us for me, there's either or. Either we die in a nuclear apocalypse because we just go insane collectively, or
where would we launch the nukes to? Space?
At each other.
Just because?
Just take each other down.
I like to think that
or come together.
We would come together.
I don't, but that's why we're friends, because we have dueling.
But you think people would just be like, now Russia's like, I'm nuking America.
No, I think there would be initial chaos, and people would be, that's a lot to handle. And I think eventually we would learn to adjust because we're adaptable, like we were with COVID. Like we'll adapt in like a few weeks' time and then come together. But I think initially there would be panic and questioning of everything, questioning of religion, questioning of like faith, because so many religions are earth-based, earth-centric religions.
Except for like Mormonism. Mormons would be excited.
Mormons would be like, we knew.
Mormons and like Jehovah's Witnesses would be popping bottles of water.
No, some people would be like, we did this today. Some people would be like, time to Jonestown. Some people would like buy toilet paper.
I'd be like, welcome to my world. I'm constantly questioning.
But I think eventually maybe it would make things better.
Yeah, I think it...
Make us know that we're small and all we have is...
is each other.
Because like, at the end of the day, if an alien sonar creature comes, like, all bets are off. We have to be united.
Yeah. And I think it ultimately would be okay. I think we could like chat. In a weird way.
With creature?
Morse code or something.
What if you're on the ISS and you're like sleeping in your like upside down booth, your little like voting booth that you sleep in?
You're strapped in.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you hear on the outside of the hull of like there's space. You hear. And you're like, oh. And then all of a sudden it's silent again, and then you hear, hello? What would you do?
Scream. I'd positively scream.
And then you look outside in the little porthole and there's just space. And then all of a sudden you just see a person's eye and they're like this. How scary would that be?
That'd be very scary.
I think about these things.
I would love to like figure out a way to just like beam the podcast into their space unit. Because I do think actually it would make their lives better.
To make them lol?
To make them lol.
They'd probably be like, What are you talking about?
They'd be like, we don't get it. And then it'd be like, no, just listen longer. Just keep listening. You'll get it. And I think like it would be great for them. I don't know how familiar they are with even like the Bravo verse or anything, but I feel like if they have an iPad up there and some internet and like could access Peacock, and then they can watch some stuff, and then someone at NASA beams up to them, or they just like get on the YouTube or just like start listening, it would help them pass the time. And then it would bring them closer together. I think they should just watch Vanderpump Rules.
Are there gay astronauts?
Probably. If I was up there and I was stuck, I'd be like, okay, then I'm not working anymore. Like, I'm just going to eat and
work out,
but I'm not going to work out.
Do crunches in the air.
I'm going to, because I think working out is only dependent on gravity. Like, you can't work out if there's no gravity.
I know, but you got to do something because your muscles are going to atrophy.
No, your muscles are just going to atrophy. Like, there's nothing to do.
You're going to come back like
You're literally just going to come back like a poor, unfortunate, skinny legend. But at least in the meantime, you could watch Vanderpump Rules, and then you could listen to Suck.
You're going to come back as Ursula's creatures.
You're going to come back an eel. Because you will not have any strength left.
What if they're trying to test people's longevity in space and this is actually an experiment?
You also like, don't they deserve to get like $4 million each?
Yeah, I was just going to say, or like never pay taxes again.
Can't they sue Boeing? I'd be like, you're being sued now for $200 million.
Yeah. I would be like, the long-term effects of this, who knows? You need to pay me $50 million.
Have they lawyered up?
Probably.
Or do they have to sign like a Disney-esque like contract
with Boeing?
Yeah, that says like, because you're in NASA, if anything goes wrong, that's on you, doll.
Boeing's gonna be like, we're gonna make your family fly United for the rest of your lives, and they're like, no.
They're like, it's Spirit for you.
I would rather fly Spirit.
No, you'd rather fly. Okay, if you had to get
Spirit to Vegas, it wasn't that bad.
If you had to get, you have to get stuck in space for 2 months, or only allowed to fly Spirit Airlines for the rest of your life on this planet, what would you choose?
Like to Europe?
Anywhere. It's only Spirit forever.
My heart is telling me, my brain is saying choose space, but my heart is saying choose Spirit.
No, for me, it's space. I go lock me in.
But 2 months in space could seem like an eternity. You never know. You don't know what it's like.
I know what it's like.
You know what it's like?
Alone. I spend quite a bit of time alone. I would just kindle up, maybe start watching Lost.
They're like, you have to sign up for Disney Plus in space, and you have to pay the fee. And they're like, I never want to pay for any streaming service ever again. And they're like, sorry, you have to pay for Netflix. And
they're like, NASA's not covering this. They probably don't have Wi-Fi, by the way.
I think they do, because I think they can talk, they video down to like the Earth, right? Yeah, they do those videos where like they interview on like Hoda or like the Today Show, where like, we're talking to the people in space or something. They've done that.
To go to space for 2 months is great. I would do that to assure that I never have to fly Spirit Airlines ever in my life.
The lengths you'll go for luxury.
If you told me I had to spend 3 months in space
with that noise every day, doll,
I would read.
I'd
drop Tony in Oklahoma. I'd say I'll be back in 3. I would load up the Kindle, get a new iPad, get the laptop out, and say,
what if you were on the space and you downloaded Grindr, and then
an alien popped up?
No, it's just one profile, a blank face, like a blank faceless profile, or a torso, and it says 7 feet away. Or 10 miles away.
That'd be a really good horror movie.
And you're like,
probably there are like a Russian astronaut or something. You open Grindr and it like, says, hey, like,
what's up?
2 feet away, and it's just like the person that you're there with. And you just have
And
to
it
like
just says-
have like a
you just hear-
grinder moment.
It says, "What's up?"
And you just message from
You're
your
like-
little like bed pods
and
to
you're
each
just-
other.
And you're like, face.
Whole pic.
Send me
These are
your-
1 second. You hear him like get out of bed and go to the bathroom. It'd be a fun game to play.
I know. Like, hey,
Yeah, I would say I'll go to space for 3 months
to avoid.
to avoid spirit, but also you have to
What
give me
about Southwest?
I don't like it. I wouldn't like it. I would say
Well, you're about to take it
avoid
to Austin.
spirit. I need to book that travel actually.
Me too.
Avoid spirit and then also fly business or higher for the rest of my days. 3 months in space, I'll do it.
You're guaranteed a pod for the rest of your life, even if you're flying to like SF. You get a pod. You get a pod for a 40-minute, like literally,
Anywhere you go,
anywhere you go,
that
you get
pays in dividends. I would do it in a heartbeat. I'd say I'll go to space tomorrow. I'll see you in 3 months. I'll pod from space. And then it's pod life. You'll see me. I'll see you.
It's not like you're doing it for like a noble cause.
No, I would never go for a noble
pod
I'm-
for the rest of your life.
Like, what did you learn in space? Like,
I
it
didn't
must have
learn-
been so
I didn't
incredible.
learn anything. There's nothing out there.
I don't know.
It's-
I read a bunch of books and then I got back and I flew biz here for this interview. It was worth every fucking second.
Not even for
They go, did you, oh, yeah.
Delta Comfort or business. You can either
Not comfort or like main cabin select. I'm talking business class.
have you learned, do you have any sort of thoughts about like what did space, what does it mean to you? What does life mean to you? You're like, I don't know, I'm just spreading pods.
I'm like, I don't know. I just did it to lay flat. I'll be honest. I did it for the
pod.
weight loss and to lay flat and for some reading time and journaling.
You come back. You literally come back like essentially
I come back and I'm like this for
you look like a worm. Like you're literally a spine with a head.
I'm this.
Seems to me that it was fun. Wow. Speaking of existential horror, Redondo Beach, there's a neighborhood in Redondo Beach that's a very like nice upscale neighborhood that's been there for like decades. It's falling into the ocean.
Damn.
And no
one.
one's doing anything about it.
Well, what can they do?
Well, apparently the people in the community have reached out to like Newsom and of course the
You think he gives a shit? You think he actually gives a shit about your house falling into the fucking ocean? Think again.
California is literally crumbling into the ocean. But you know what?
He's like,
sticking around
call
for
me
it.
when like the roads are undrivable and I'll still do nothing.
I'm sticking around for it.
I know. So they turned off the power. Wow.
That's crazy.
Are there people living in the house?
I think they've been evacuated.
Damn.
It's been around since World War II.
It's like kind of by Manhattan Beach.
Oh, okay. Wow. So this is happening near us.
I mean, if you say 130 multi-million-dollar homes, I mean, every home in California now is like a multi-million-dollar home. So like that doesn't hit the same as like, you're not talking about like Ohio multi-million-dollar homes. I love the gas company turned the gas off. It's done.
How weird though.
It's very weird. I don't love it. If that was my house falling into the sea, I would be very unhappy.
California City suddenly abandons hundreds of homes, leaving residents in chaos. Gas was cut from 135 homes at the start of August before their power and water supplies were switched off on Sunday.
Damn, that sucks.
It's been disintegrating under the pressure for more than a year of floods and landslides. This is today, September 2nd, by the way. The coastal community has been blighted by landslides since torrential rain. So it's from the rains earlier in the year. That's crazy.
What do you do if that is your house?
You
just take it on the chin and like move on with your life?
Yeah,
Do you get like an insurance payout?
probably, but
Maybe
who knows
not,
in America?
Damn.
Oh, he told more than a quarter of the city's residents are over 65, and some have been ordered to start packing their bags. Wow.
Where are they going to go?
I mean, they're all like, they seem pretty well off, so I think they'll be okay. But
yeah, but like,
still pretty
if
crazy.
if you're retired and 65, like when you retire, you only have like a certain amount of money coming in all the time.
Residents say it's the area's wealthy reputation has left it ignored by politicians. Everybody must assume that everyone who lives here is wealthy, and that's not the case. I don't know where I'm going.
Well, get on Hotel Tonight, babe.
Go to the Sofitel. That's crazy though, because Mulholland Drive was closed for like a part of it was closed for 6 months from the rain.
Yeah,
it was just gone. That's just going to keep happening, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine them just being like, "Sorry, you got to leave."
Yeah, that would suck ass.
Your house is falling into the ground. I'd be like, all right, well, I want to fly.
Maybe you can claim it
I want to fly business for the rest of my life.
You're like, what if I go to space for 3 months? Would you fix it at all? Or
they're like,
no, that's only a business class deal. You're like, okay.
Does this work
I'll take it, I guess.
Is this an exchange for houses too? No, that's for pods.
That's only for a business class pod.
Anyway, just some environmental fun happening in California.
Continues to erode.
I saw someone comment, just move out of Hollywood, my God, to me, because I was complaining about LA. And I went,
yeah, no shit.
Yeah, give me some money. And I will. It's really easy to do that. Anyway, let's talk about, speaking of Orange County-ish.
What?
Let's talk about our girls.
Well, yeah, let's do it.
I'm Carey.
I'm Lara.
And you're listening to Sexy Unique
Podcast.
Sinkholes. O.C.U.N.T.S. I want to see Shannon Bedur when what's going to happen when her neighborhood gets asked, when they're asked her to leave. Because it's crumbling.
Likely it will just be like a tsunami wave.
Because she's right on the beach.
She's on the beach, but I think it's like a long beach. So then it would just be tsunami wave. And she wouldn't even know until the wave is cresting.
I have a really good movie recommendation from the 70s called The Last Wave. And it's by Peter Weir. And it's about a guy in Australia who starts getting apocalyptic visions of a tsunami hitting Sydney. And it's really spooky. And and it's like you just got to watch it.
Okay.
Really
The Last Wave.
It's on Criterion, I think.
Cool. This episode starts with Heather going Easter basket shopping with Emily. So we've jumped forward in time like 4 months.
They went when in between shooting, they put the housewives in cryostasis.
It seems as such.
It's kind of an alien Nostromo when they put them in cryonic suspended animation.
Literally,
I'm jarred.
This is episode 6. And 6 episodes ago, it was just like the day after New Year's.
Yeah, they're really
pushing forward.
They're really like, time is not linear. Their logic is like the aliens in Arrival, who have no time. Time is happening concurrently. Heather. This is her favorite place. This is where she comes alive, in a party supply store. This is very my mom.
Putting together baskets.
I used to love going with my mom to this place in Collingswood, New Jersey. And it was this party supply store, and it had balloons painted on the front. My mom, it was like this old stuffy, and she used to go there to get balloons for swim meets. She loved it there.
I loved balloon bouquets. Still do, honestly.
Well,
so it's revealed that Emily went in on Jenn at Gina's cursed dinner the night before.
Emily got a little turnt on the espresso martinis.
And then just turned her ire towards Jenn, and she goes, yeah, Jenn needs to pay her bills. And then Jenn was like, excuse me? And then Emily said, yeah, you're walking around with a Rolex on. Why don't you sell it and pay off some of that debt? And then she just like wouldn't stop harassing her.
Yeah. Emily goes to meet Heather, and she's like, I slept in my makeup last night. Like, I don't know how you look so fresh. And Heather was like, that's because I do my morning routine. And I need to know her routine.
Emily raged at Jenn, shamed her for her financial.
I thought that she went way too far.
It was a little much.
That was really mean.
I understand being incredibly triggered by Jenn's lack of financial literacy. But I do think that Emily crossed the line.
Jenn, I've come around a little, and I feel like now they're taking it a step too far. Now they're just like bullying this woman who's like kind of just like a sweet
idiot
fool.
Mm-hmm.
And she is annoying, and like, but also she doesn't deserve, like, she's clearly going through something. Like, Emily is in a really advantageous position. She needs to chill.
Once you see Jenn for who she is, then you start the process of acceptance.
To know Jenn is to love her, I think.
I think it is. And I'm now starting to be like, good for you.
Oh,
I love Jenn going, I love my watch. I love my watch. I love it. I don't want to sell it.
Then you don't have to. Emily, I'm kind of like, this is where I'm kind of like, when people on any reality TV show who like are really business focused, and like, I'm kind of like, I get it. Like, you're very smart. You're a successful business person. You know, thank you for reminding us. That's like kind of where I'm at, where I'm like, now you're just being a know-it-all and you sound annoying. And I like Emily, but I'm like, shut up.
How dare you say that about my absolute queen?
She's my queen too, but I'm a little like, you're drunk. Please sober up and then continue this combo.
I understand why she's lit the fuck up over Jenn. And I like it every time she says something and talks shit to her. And so while I agree that it is unkind, I still am like, never stop.
I like it for just watching mess.
Mm-hmm.
I like, it's messy and I like it, but I'm also like, on a human level, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But I honestly, if I was with, if Jenn was around our friend group, like, I wouldn't say this shit to her face.
We'd probably be annoyed.
But I would absolutely be on a text chain being like, why does this bitch have a fucking Rolex? Like, she's like $100K in debt.
No, I think, and at least she's saying it to her face.
Yeah. So I think it's like admirable.
And I get it. She provides for her family. Like, she's like the hard work. She's a really hard worker. I get it. But I'm like, the steakhouse just got everyone a little too lit, I think.
The steakhouse was like a hell portal. Emily, so Jenn meets Tamra at a different beach just to like relax and drink a cocktail.
There's like people falling into a sinkhole nearby, and they're just like at a cabana.
They're like, oh my God, that's that neighborhood. And a house like crumbles.
This episode featured a lot of service industry people who were very, very extra.
Excited to be on TV.
The server at the cabana was like, hey, how are you guys doing? Everything's good. And then that waitress or the hostess at the Big Bear place, I was like, girl.
Yeah.
You're giving the performance of a lifetime.
They're dying for a little visibility.
They are.
Jenn reveals that her Rolex is actually broken.
Okay.
Which I was like, that's incredible. An incredible detail. And another thing that made me like her is that she will just wear a broken watch.
Tamara's like, I'm going to have booze.
Yeah.
And Jen's like, I'll have a Diet Coke.
Tamra is glug-glugging. And apparently, so Emily and Tamra are friends now. And Gina has been going around and saying that she thinks that Emily has changed and is more bitchy because of her friendship with Tamra. Just like you were saying.
It probably is true, but also I like seeing Tamra and Emily being like a dastardly duo together. So like, I'm here for it.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, you rub off on the people that you hang with and vice versa.
And Tamra is a shit talker. So it's like when you get two shit talkers together, all bets are off.
Tamra is unapologetic about her friendship and thinks Gina needs to pipe down, essentially.
Katie and Gina meet to do a little shopping at a boutique that is absolutely confounding.
Gina goes, this is my favorite boutique.
I literally was like, is this a kid's store? And then I realized, no, it was an adult store.
She goes, I love this place. It's my favorite boutique. I was like, I believe it.
Yeah.
That one confessional where her hair, she was
literally Gina Gershon in the Versace Lifetime movie going, it's Versace ladies. She was Atlantic City.
I liked it. She does give me my like, again, my tri-state fix.
So Gina says Heather is really being cold and distant and that she's like pissed at her which this feels fake. Heather's mad at her because she knew that Katie was talking shit and didn't like citizens arrest her and like immediately stop the shit talking.
Gina has like 3 people that are mad at her because now Katie's mad at her. Katie's, as she says, weary of her. I was like, I'm weary of Gina.
Katie's weary, Heather's cold and distant, and Emily is just passive aggressively pissed, but not until a little bit later. But I was like, it feels right to have many people be angry at Gina.
Yeah, she's definitely the person that everyone's mad at all the time.
But this is also like
she's a little scapegoat.
She's scapegoat. She brings it on herself because she yaps too much. But then also she's
also young. I think the youngest person always gets shit on a little on the show. Historically.
Yeah.
The older women are kind of like, they go a little like big sis on the youngest.
But when they start arguing about minutia of like, was it 10 minutes or 10 days? I'm like, shut the fuck up. Who cares?
Shannon's only worried about one thing. She comes bursting into the boutique and she goes, I just got a letter from John Jansen's attorney saying that I owe him $75K plus interest.
Plus interest and attorney's fees.
God damn it. And they're like, damn, bitch, that sucks.
They're like, you're in a real pickle.
And then Gina's like, you know what? I am selling Elizabeth Vargas's home down in La Quinta, and I'm going to invite all the girls and just do a night away, like a girls trip in La Quinta at Elizabeth Vargas's house. She keeps saying Elizabeth. I'm like, I get it. I know who she is.
Who is she?
She's Elizabeth Vargas. I think they're soft launching her.
Okay.
That's my theory.
They could launch her right out of the show because she wasn't bringing any razzle dazzle for me.
Well, there's another Elizabeth Vargas that I think that is a newscaster that revealed that she's an alcoholic. That's not her.
Oh, it's a non-alcoholic Elizabeth Vargas.
Right? Can we look this up? I think Elizabeth Vargas revealed that she was like a big old drunk.
Brave.
Which I always love that. And she's like speaking out about alcoholism. No, there's like a newscaster named Elizabeth Vargas, I think. Correct? Yeah, and she's revealed her struggles. This is a different, yeah.
Oh, so there's drunk Elizabeth Vargas and blonde Elizabeth Vargas with an $8 million La Quinta house.
With a koi pond. Yeah, interesting.
Okay.
So Gina's like, she's selling the La Quinta house, so Elizabeth gave her permission to have a girls' night for a night, which feels loaded.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Tamra and Jenn on the beach just talking about Shannon, and Tamra says that the only reason she goes hard on Shannon is because she cares. I don't buy that.
Tamra says that?
Yeah. I think she does care, like a shred of her cares, but more of a shred of her cares about being back on the show, having drama.
I think Tamra likes to have an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you know what I mean? I think it's been sort of her on-screen persona is that she had Gretchen. She always has someone that she's like at war with. You know what I mean? Remember when she got Gretchen like blackout and her son tried to fuck her?
Naked wasted?
Yeah.
Scary. Tamra also, it's like a good way to get out of having to have like a storyline for yourself is to just choose an enemy and like go in on them.
That always makes me think there's trouble in paradise.
I know. So while Gina has come up with this big La Quinta girls trip, Tamra has been making arrangements for an overnight girls trip in Big Bear.
Gina asks Katie to come and Katie goes, I can't.
I'm already going to Big Bear.
I'm going to Big Bear. And then Gina goes, oh, is Tamra having everyone go to Big Bear? And she's like, yeah. She's like, oh, okay.
Whose trip would you rather go on?
Well, like in theory, La Quinta, but La Quinta looks kind of tense. I think I would end up wanting to go to Big Bear, even though Big Bear is not in my repertoire.
I know. That's what made me sad too. Because I was originally like a La Quinta girl.
I like the desert. It's my happy place.
La Quintessa. And I love a koi pond.
But Big Bear looked more fun. shockingly.
I know.
Alexis was on there and Lexi
is really out and about. It's War of the Vacations.
They're packing all this food and Heather goes, everyone's on Ozempic. No one even eats. We don't need that much food. True. Emily
and Gina are taking Shane's truck to pick up the other ladies and go to La Quinta with Heather and Shannon. And Shane gives Emily the directive, no eating in the truck. She says, we'll see about that.
She goes, you're not even going to help me lug this big suitcase into the truck? He goes, no, I have to hold the dog back.
She's like, fine. I continue to like them.
It's very giantess Crusher. He has a giantess fetish.
I think he does. He's lethal.
Gina's like, oh my God, I'm so afraid the house is going to be trashed. And I'm like, well, then why did you invite them?
Yeah.
This is what I hate this so much when someone arranges a trip and then spends the whole time like micromanaging everyone and controlling, like
being stressed,
being like, you got to clean. It's like Sheena at her wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you guys have to help me clean after my wedding.
If you don't have enough money to like pull off the vacation with no stress, then you shouldn't be going on the vacation.
Simple.
Or choose a house that's within your budget that's not going to stress you out.
Yeah, you broke up with Travis. You wanted more vacation time.
Just rent a different house. Tamra, Alexis, Katie, and Jenn all gather to go to Big Bear.
And again, Sheena is evoked in this moment because Alexis is going full Rob Parks Valletta, talking about John.
Yeah, she's talking about John. Well, it's like dueling vacations. They're loading up cars. Women are arriving. People are having trouble parallel parking. And Heather reveals that she's bringing like she likes to travel with like a tiny little charcoal grill, which I was like, I love that about her. And Shannon is inexplicably bringing a huge vat of chili. Shannon's like on like a protein meal prepper plan.
She is.
I love that for her. When you need your chili, like I look deep into Shannon's eyes in that moment. And like when you're in a place of like desperate protein,
chili's always
you have to just like let the protein person bring their chili.
Yeah. I love a little grill.
A tiny grill.
Poo-poo platter.
Charming.
Yeah.
Tamra in the car on the way to Big Bear says that she's getting Jenn on OnlyFans, which is actually a great idea.
Yeah, she should heed this.
She could. Do you know the guy who cuts my hair also cuts Bad Baby's hair?
Really? Oh, she makes like $2 million a month?
Oh, doll. She made $70 million last year.
Good for her.
Like
Danielle. Buboli.
And she only shows tits. She doesn't do anything else.
It's incredible.
That's a dream. Jenn literally could go whoop and make like, she could pay back the loans and then some.
Yeah. She's a gorgeous lady.
I know.
Doesn't Denise Richards make like $100 million a year?
Probably. So Alexis is on Johnny this, Johnny that.
Yeah, Alexis is like, she goes, we spent Christmas together. We went to 2 Christian services on Christmas. We went to his Christian service and then we went to my Christian service. I'm like,
you're exhausting.
Oh my God. This is so, I would rather be in the fun car going to La Quinta, but I'd rather be in Big Bear, and then I would not want to be in the Big Bear car.
I don't think that I could be in with Alexis. I don't like her at all.
If I was driving, I would probably drive off the mountain.
You'd go full like
we're all going down.
Those lesbian.
No, don't say it.
She goes, I told Johnny I didn't know what I was looking for until I met you. A player is a player, and only until he meets the right woman. I was like, okay, keep telling yourself that. You're literally going to get divorced.
I told Johnny J. Did you see Vicky was doing an Ask Me Anything on Insta stories, and someone said, what do you think about Alexis and John's engagement? And she quoted with the meme of her going, I'll see you in 5 years when you're divorced.
Tamra and company arrive in Big Bear.
Her house is cute, but it's not my vibe.
Not my vibe either. She also has a huge clock in the entryway.
I feel like Tamra is the original fleur-de-lis and clock person, other than the LVP.
The true pandemic, huge clocks, still raging And there's a leak in the house.
I really just don't like mountain things. I'm not a mountain person.
I like a mountain vibe, but I'm particular about it. I don't like a big bear like on the side of a mountain basement with a carpet, like levels freaks me out.
I liked being in Utah this past fall to see the eclipse, but at night I feared.
I like some night fear in the mountains.
Not when you have a little cavalier and you're fearing.
What are you afraid of?
Well, the first night we were there at dusk, we were smoking outside and we heard what sounded like a wraith. We heard like a mountain bobcat or a mountain lion or something, and they make like a really weird like and I saw Mango looked up at it and I immediately had the image of him being eaten.
A little fear is healthy.
Yeah.
Keeps you safe. I think I like the sounds of nature, and especially dusk is an active moment for like coyotes and all those types of creatures.
I hear enough yipping at night on Runyon from the coyotes, so I don't need any more.
I like the fear that is evoked by being in like an isolated, like I'm sure you were in a nice house in Utah, like an isolated mountain home.
It was a giant test of an Airbnb because I think it was a polygamous house.
Yeah.
Because we were on a Mormon campground and there were like one room was a giant upstairs, like almost like a giant attic, and it had 15 beds like wrapped around the room with little partitions between them. It was a little weird.
That's sex trafficking.
I think it was just multiple families. And
I don't like that.
There were basement little apartment rooms.
You buried the lead on the scariest thing about this house.
I swear there were a dozen beds wrapping around.
That's Midsummer.
I didn't like it.
Gina and co arrive in La Quinta, and Elizabeth Vargas, the non-alcoholic one, meets them. And then she just goes, the koi are starving.
Ooh. That made me sick.
Starving koi.
Just imagine then I was imagining like man-eating koi.
I just love koi fish so much. I love feeding them. You can give them bread. Their lips.
Is it koi or carp that never stop? They like basically are immortal. They like never stop growing.
I think koi grow a lot.
Ugh.
I love them.
Gina loves saying Elizabeth Vargas.
She's obsessed with Elizabeth Vargas. The Big Bear babes go sledding, which looked fun.
I want to go on one of those like conveyor belt ski lift things. I've never done that.
I've done it once. It's fun.
I wrote Jen's gonna like mass murder these people if they don't stop making fun of her. They're pushing her.
Yeah, she's laughing, but
crying.
I feel like she's in a safe place with these women.
Eventually. But
I think like Emily needs to really pump the brakes.
She's gonna carry them.
They're not gonna wake up because they're gonna be dead.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon has gone sad clown mode again, doing physical comedy in the trunk of the truck. I was like, girl, you're better than this.
I know.
When she doesn't know what to do, she just like gets on her stomach and goes like gecko mode.
The urge to Pagliacci is so strong with Shannon. She just cannot help herself. She must go sad clown.
Gina sidebars with Elizabeth Vargas and goes, thank you for letting us stay. Shannon really needed to get away. And then Elizabeth goes, I'm glad she's here. She looks like she needs a break. I was like, you're both so rude.
Elizabeth Vargas in this moment was kind of giving me Dana Wilkie, being like having the girls over, but then like using it to
promote her listing
and also try to get in good favor with like the Richard sisters and with the cool girls.
I know, because like Kris Jenner lives in
La Quinta.
So
does Kyle.
I know. So I'm like, but then Elizabeth is selling, so she doesn't want to be part of La Quinta anymore.
Or
does
like
she?
Moving down the street.
When she goes, come out here, I want to see the view. And then she goes, isn't it great? Isn't it great? I was like, we get it.
Yeah, we know. Heather keeps Emily and Heather keep spilling shit.
That's stressful.
It's stressful, but Gina's reaction, I was like, Gina. She goes, guys, what are you doing? Oh my God. She's like, oh my God, you got to stop spilling right now. God damn it. Stop spilling everywhere. And then Heather spills it first, and Heather completely cleans it up. And she goes, okay. And she's scrubbing it out with bleach or whatever.
I was like learning from Heather's cleanup process. I was like, I never thought of that before with a little brush like that.
She made it perfect again. And then Emily, I think, almost did it to troll. She just literally just went, and dropped stew everywhere.
A full espresso martini on the floor. And then Shannon joins in. She gets a cutting. She goes, is this mold? I was loving that. Also, Gina got these heinous sweaters.
That's a girls' trip. For a one-night trip.
I was like, those are going straight to Trash Island. Like, those sweaters are going to, like, wash up in the Philippines.
Yeah, they were made on, like...
You know that Brandy Melville documentary that was, like, featuring all the fast fashion clothes that just, like...
End up in
third world countries?
Yeah.
You'll see, if you do a close-up on one of them, it'll be, like, 4 girls' trip sweaters.
For one night, too. I'm like, save it for a long trip.
It's not even like, it is just one girl's night.
She's like, oh my God, guys, stop so much. This is Elizabeth Vargas's house. God.
What will Elizabeth Vargas think?
What would Elizabeth think? She's going to kill me, guys. Oh my God, she's not going to let me sell this house.
Gina needs a bracelet that says WWEVD.
She's going to start wearing like one of those necklaces that like Carrie Bradshaw wears, those name necklaces.
Elizabeth Vargas.
Elizabeth.
It says Elizabeth Vargas, the whole name.
What are those called?
She's going to get a tattoo like that woman in Shrimp Crazy got of...
You're beautiful.
Of Buck. That's Elizabeth Vargas's whole face on her thigh. And that says, Elizabeth Vargas, you're beautiful.
What are those nameplate necklaces? Is that what they are?
A nameplate necklace.
Yeah.
Elizabeth
I should get one with
Vargas.
mango.
It's this long. I thought I almost have gotten one for Tony. I'm going to do it.
We're sort of chimp mothers with our dogs.
Totally. I go, Tony does go chimp mode sometimes, but it's never dangerous.
Mango doesn't, he just goes like defiant.
He gets a little defiant. He's not so defiant with me. He gets needy.
He's a needy.
He'll let you know when he really needs you, or when, like, if you enter the room or you come back and he has really needed you, the way he like jumps to like let you know how badly you've been needed this entire time.
For 10 minutes.
Yeah. Like you literally left to go like do a load of laundry and came back, and Mango lets you know that he really actually needed you in that moment.
He's very emotional.
But he minds me. I'll get a little stern with him. He starts his licking.
I just say, stop it.
I go, Alexis is the devil.
She FaceTimes Johnny J in front of all of them. She comes down. They're going out to dinner after a day of sledding, and she's wearing like paper thin, like,
and a halter top,
pleather leggings. Or what are those, like latex leggings?
It was like American Apparel when they would sell like lame leggings.
Yeah. And she's like, is this warm enough? Am I gonna be cold?
She's just like cackling, like she's like fuck drunk cackling.
She also doesn't. She also doesn't notice Katie and Jenn standing right next to Tamra. She goes, "Where are Katie and Jenn?" And they're like, "We're right here."
That was weird. And Alexis is not right in the head, right?
No, she's being possessed by John Jay's cum. She's cum drunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
She goes,
I wonder if they're having load timber.
I think they're having load every month.
Every day is load timber.
She FaceTimes John and she goes, Johnny J, I've been waiting to hear you all day. I wrote, I hate their love.
I hate their love so much.
It's not real.
He doesn't even speak either.
No, and I know he's going to fuck her over too.
Oh, 100%.
He's just going, I'm really tired.
Then fucking Tamra, she goes, it's nice to see you, John. You look lean. You look ripped. I was like, you Judas.
Yeah,
that was absolute
Shannon shade.
Betrayal.
Yeah. They go to so they're back at La Quinta. Emily is now mad at Gina.
Emily and Shannon step out to like sit at an outdoor dining table, and Shannon tells Emily that Gina told Katie and Shannon that Emily is so far up Tamra's ass, she's become more aggressive and meaner. And then Emily goes full government shutdown.
Yeah, she ices Gina out within an inch of her goddamn life and does that thing. The thing that I talked about that Blake Lively did.
No, Blake was like happy.
No, but completely.
Just total not looking.
Like, say my name.
Carey.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Is everything okay? You seem like something's wrong.
I'm fine. Like that.
Passive aggressive. Nothing.
The cutting between the two trips was making me a little like.
For my like TikTokified brain, it felt like a massage because it was like quick cuts.
Smooth.
I'm
brain.
literally like a fucking kid watching Paw Patrol. They say like Paw Patrol is really bad for kids to watch because it's like any show with like fast cuts can reconditions their brain. But that was me with this episode.
I'm telling you, the hostess of this restaurant, Big Bear, is like.
What was her vibe?
Welcome, sir. Welcome. Come this way. How are you tonight? I'll get you ladies your drink menus. So fast.
Tamra's acting like Big Bear is like the tiniest town no one's ever heard of.
She goes, oh, I love the village.
She goes, God, we're in the village. This is Eddie's in my favorite place. She goes, everything here is amazing. I'm like, Tamra, it's like a fucking Italian restaurant in a well-populated California mountain town.
She's like, it's a little village, a little snowy village.
You're not in like the Tuscan countryside.
No, she's literally like, we're in Finland.
She is. But she's like, we're in Norway.
Yeah, she's like, we're in a tiny Arctic Norway town that only sees light once a month.
She's like, here we are in rural Iceland, but we did manage to find this one beautiful Italian restaurant that we love to go to where everything is amazing.
They could be back in Iceland and the show could be back in Valhalla with Vuki and Kelly Dodd.
I miss the both of them so much.
Crashing an Icelandic high school reunion and then doing like Adderall together.
I also need Kelly Dodd to like just fucking rip Jenn to shreds.
God.
I also need Kelly Dodd to rip John. You know, Kelly Dodd would be like fucking dork to John.
Yeah, you fucking dork.
She would cut him down to size so fucking fast.
You're a fucking loser.
She'd go in.
She would.
And that would be worth it. I love Katie's jacket that she's wearing. She's very chic.
She is.
She's better than this. She should be in La Quinta. I root for Katie.
She wants to be in La Quinta.
She does spiritually. She's in La Quinta, but physically she's suffering in Big Bear.
Heather makes the comparison to Shannon spreading the rumor about the paparazzi, or this rumor about the paparazzi, to when Shannon brought up CPS coming to Gina's. And Gina's like, I think they're a little different, which I agreed with Gina.
Yeah, everyone's eating like delicious hot dogs in La Quinta, and I was like feeling a craving for a hot dog.
Go to Worst House.
I know. A chili dog also sounds good.
I've never had a chili dog. Oh no, I had one from Target in my childhood.
Like at a cafe in Target?
Yeah, I think I like the Target cafe.
Cafe du Target? Cafe du Target? How was it?
Horrible.
Yeah.
I threw it out immediately.
I love like those dogs are there. Like I want like a big hog dog with chili and all the fixins.
Go to a sports game.
We should go to Malibu. They're having their big chili cookout right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Everyone.
It's a tall order to go to Malibu.
It's so close to here.
To here it is.
Yeah. Everyone in this La Quinta house is in a place of my children.
Yeah. Heather goes, do you ever think my children will be affected by this? By them getting paparazzi setting
by
up
the rumors of them having paparazzi come and take photos of them at Disneyland.
But I think Heather's not saying the real reason is that
Terry cheating.
Terry cheating.
Gina, then when everyone goes to a place of my children, Gina goes to a place of that girl. She goes, I called that girl up. I called that girl up immediately and told that girl, don't say it about
I said,
Katie.
no, don't say that. That's not okay. I said, I called that girl up and I was like, you need to make this right.
So Gina says she called Katie 10 minutes after Katie told her about the paparazzi drama. And then Katie says, that's a dirty lie. It was not 10 minutes. It was weeks later. And so now they're going to argue over like, and I just am like, this is not worth anyone's time. Let's get back to shit talking Jenn.
So the Quinta is going up in fucking flames at Elizabeth Vargas's house, but up in Big Bear, they've found the sugar with each other.
They've cracked the code.
They're live, laugh, loving. They get back to the house. They're all a little toasted. And Tamra demands that Jenn do an OnlyFans where she puts her foot in like desserts.
So they film Jenn putting her foot in a pie, and then Tamra sucks the pie off of Jenn's toes. I was not ready for that.
I was shocked. I was positively like, because I know Tamra will like commit to the bit. And I think she's a little.
This was bisexual.
Well, remember she had that with that trainer? She had like that lesbian
with the trainer who was also a bodybuilder.
She kind of had that like Madonna, Sandra Bernhard kind of friendship with her.
They were just like both. They were gay for pull-ups.
Yeah,
together, which is a form of lesbianism.
Yeah, she sucks her apple pie foot, and I was like, whoa.
You could not pay me to suck someone's foot.
Alexis was, for someone who's talking about getting railed constantly, Alexis's gay panic went into overdrive.
I think Alexis takes it missionary style only.
Yeah. Their sex is like.
John Jansen just goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alexis is like, it's easy to get plowed for like 3 minutes every time, 4 times a day.
Feels so good. I love this. He's like, yeah. But Tamra's, her sexuality is on a different level.
Tamra's spectrum of sexual, like
Eddie and her get down.
I've never sucked someone's toes. I enjoy my toes getting sucked, but like for me to put my mouth on someone's foot, it's like
Would you do it to get pods for the rest of your life?
For the rest of my life, first class
business.
Whose foot?
Like
just once
for a week,
every night.
a lady that you've kind of
that I like. That's hot. I would do it, but I think I'd have to be like really stoned. It just like really grosses me out.
Then you get primo business class for the rest of it. Goddamn.
I do it, but I'd be like, there's just something about it. Like I'm so tit for tat on pretty much any other sexual thing.
It's a threshold for most people.
But like
it's a boundary.
That is like, I can't ever in good faith tell you that if we're together, I'm going to ever suck your toes.
Tamra's all about it.
I was so shocked.
Tamra's, but more than her sexuality is like
performative lesbianism.
I think it's performative. I think she's always been down to commit to the bit. She always does. She'll go far. You know what I mean? She always takes it to another level. And that's why she's
Tamra.
That's why she's Tamra. I mean, even what she was doing earlier was showing off she'll go there.
She will go there. Gina at Quinta, there's a moment where everyone's like mad at her and she goes, God, I'm just pissing everybody off. And Shannon goes, you're not upsetting me.
Gina goes, God damn it, this trip is not going the way I wanted it to. And then Shannon goes, I'm having fun. John Jay sent me a cease and desist. 75,000 plus interest plus legal fees.
You walked. Aunt Sassy strikes again.
Aunt Sassy's happy in La Quinta, finally.
You're not pissing
She's on a Chablis tip. She's probably pouring like little jugs into her Diet Coke.
She's going,
I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go to the bathroom one more time in the powder room.
Finally, Jenn feels Jenn, I think, feels her best when she's being like sexualized for money. So she comes off of like Pie filming, just like really confident.
She's like, she's been accepted.
She's been accepted and now she can really go to work. And she turns to Alexis and she goes, Alexis, when do you stop the fight? You're on such a hell path.
It's sad that.
And I was like, that's true.
It's true, but it's also sad that Jenn needed to feel like.
She has to feel like, I think that's also like her relationship with Ryan kind of seems like where he's like, we're going to be fucking later. And she knows that the money is dependent on hot tub fucking.
And
but it's where, and it's where she feels like the most activated.
But thank God, because then
we needed this. Yeah.
And then Alexis goes, you know, I'm just defending my man. And
when people stop spreading rumors about Johnny J, that's when I'll stop.
And she goes, and honestly, the truth will come out. And they're like, what are you talking about? And she goes, we have videos. They go, what videos? And I wrote, what videos? And she has videos of the night.
The videos are horrific.
The night?
Tamra goes, the night of the DUI, she has videos.
What did she say?
This is truly insane. She goes, and it's 10 times worse. Once I watch, because John showed me it's 10 times worse than you can actually imagine.
So John filmed Shannon's drunken belligerence before she like took a drive into that fence. But what did she say? Was she like on some tirade?
Did she go on like a 10-minute long racist rant?
Or did she like hit him?
Did she like beat him?
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sorry, when you're in a situation like that, I go full unfeminist. A man deserves to get his ass beat by Shannon. If you're fucking with Shannon and she beats you, you've deserved it.
Say it. I agree. John J.
That's on you, Johnny J.
You probably did something.
Yeah, you probably pissed her ass off.
Sorry.
I say release the tapes. I can't wait to watch them. That's not going to change my opinion.
Unless it's something like horrible. And she's like.
She goes on like the most graphic, like horrific racist rant of all time. That's the only thing that it could possibly be.
Reveals that she was like at the insurrection.
Even that would be like, okay.
Yeah, I'd be like, all right.
But like, how bad? The way that they're.
But Alexis's, her idea of bad and our idea of bad are like very, like Alexis is like.
Shannon probably went like, you're going to miss all of this someday.
She took her tit out.
You're going to miss
these. You'll see.
Shannon got like fully nude and then went on like a rampage.
Or she like got fully nude and like went up to his like foyer and just took a piss, exorcist
She
style.
took a dump.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'd be like, hell yeah.
I'd be like, you're a rock star now.
She's fucking rock star for that. And I support a woman's right to poop on a shitty man's foyer.
Anything that she does outside of like just a vile racist rant, which you can never put it past anyone on these shows.
Especially
like,
in Orange County.
I know. But like, I'm like, whatever it is, it's fine. Shannon should just be like, fucking release it.
Release the tape, she said.
Roll camera.
But Alexis, they're so bad.
I love it's 10 times worse than you can actually imagine.
And Tamra, fuck you for being like.
You are a snake for that.
Because she definitely showed Tamra.
Yeah.
Tamra's seen the tapes.
Tamra's out here saying, John, it's so good to see you look fit and healthy. That, roll the fucking tapes. I like to think that Shannon just went full like end of like scary nude person at the end of why am I blanking? Not Midsummer.
Hereditary?
Yes.
The guy in the
John was like,
in the doorway.
John was
smiling.
probably like, you're really drunk. I'm going to bed. And Shannon was like, nah, and ran away. And then he thought like, oh, she went home or whatever. And so he went through his whole bedtime routine, like turned off the lights and was sleeping, and then heard like a creak and looked up, and in the doorway, Shannon's just standing like fully nude. And then he was like, I've got to film this.
And then he put the flash on and you just see her face in the light.
Like that would be 10 times worse than I could actually imagine. Or her like threatening to like fuck all his friends or ruin his life.
Yeah, it's probably something like, she's like, you're a bad guy. And Alexis is like, oh, my man is not a bad guy. He is of Jesus. He is made in God's image, and I am his.
Because John also told her that night she ruined his life. So I'm sure he's like, he must be fighting with her.
Yeah.
Watch it be like truly the most, I think Bravo wouldn't even tease the tapes if it was like
Vile shit.
an absolutely vile racist rant.
God, I hope not. I pray.
Shannon, don't let us down.
Don't let us down.
Just like
Just stick it to these Christians.
masturbate on his bed and like take a shit on the floor.
Yeah, take a shit on his walls.
Yeah, take a shit on his laptop and close it.
You have a right. Well,
we'll never know. We won't know until we know.
I know.
Probably everyone watching at this one is like knows exactly what's in the tapes, but we're a little behind.
or it'll be like a reveal till the very end.
I hope they play them.
Me too.
Shannon should take the narrative back and host a screening.
She should rent out a theater. She should rent out several AMCs in Orange County. I'll go. Rent out like the theater in Irvine that they did the Tres Amigas. Rent it out for like 1,000 people. I'm sure everyone would show up.
100. I don't even think that he could publish tapes of her without her permission.
In California, I think that's illegal.
That's grounds for. She should talk to Raquel about that.
Yeah.
That's revenge taping.
It is.
But I do hope they play them.
Me too. Cult
members.
Chrissy Barlahan.
Hillary with 2 L's.
Pia and Jordan.
Alex Delisle.
Makeup Fresh.
Obviously.
Emily Vaughn.
Gina Sapienza.
Sarah Elizabeth from Boston.
Lucy from London.
Brooke Johansson.
Lilia Farrell.
Rachel Knight.
Gerd Queen of Brooklyn.
Brittany Date Night Weiss.
Dilly from the Beaver Picture.
Jessica Hernandez.
Malzatov Lols.
Mary.
Katie Solon.
Mike Earhart.
Sharon Baum, Realtor.
Timothy Shiel.
Rogue Stanley.
Matthew Thomas.
Owsley Robinson.
Sugar Bay. Cheeseburger Bay.
Mariah Kay.
Kathy West.
Kit Moore.
Hillary from Chicago.
Orlando.
Patron of the Farts.
David from Switzerland.
Nick Sedaris.
Emily.
Kim Lucas.
Drew from Toronto.
Katie the Sup Lawyer.
RJ.
Modern Counseling, McLean, Virginia. Jeffrey Pradama. We love you guys. See you soon.
Bye.